F-22 Raptor, the first and only fifth-generation fighter aircraft flying in the world today. Overwhelmingly effective, defending the skies today and into the future.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
Senator Bennett Johnson, Chuck Schumer,
Maria Cantwell, Lisa Murkowski, Secretary of State Rice,
Secretary Rice,
the Secretary of State,
Josh Bolten,
Tony Snow,
Trent, Lott, Barbara Boxer,
Mr. Cavaney, Senator Durbin, Secretary of Energy. Do you call it a crisis? I would call it that, yes. I think that there is great concern. You started out with the suggestion that it's the #1 issue on the minds of the American public.
There's blame to go around all over the place. The Congress has not done enough. The administration has not done enough. The administrations, by the way, and the American people.
That if anything has surprised me as Secretary of State, it is the degree to which the kind of search for hydrocarbons is distorting international politics.
Do you believe the Iraq war has affected oil prices?
I think it has. One of the things our companies do is we make sure that we don't put our employees in harm's way.
I think Mr. Cavaney is right. We've had, obviously, the security situation in Iraq has been more difficult than that which had been anticipated in the beginning, and clearly it needs to be dealt with.
First and foremost, we have to get aggressive about making sure that price gouging is addressed with a new federal statute that says that it's illegal to gouge consumers on the high price at the pump.
I believe we ought to look at restructuring. We ought to examine whether we should do a little good old-fashioned trust busting.
We ought to start drilling up in the Arctic reserves up there. Will that make a difference?
The United States cannot drill our way out of the fact that what we pay at the pump today is impacted by these countries like Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia.
For those of us who think it's a bad idea, not enough oil there, you destroy a magnificent area, it keeps coming back like a bad dream. It's a bill for a $500 rebate to everyone, and it would come from going back and taking away the tax breaks, $5 billion strong, that we just gave to big oil.
I think we should look at doing that, and in the Republican leadership proposal that came out last week, that was included. I don't think much about the $100 rebate.
I don't think it's a real answer. It's a temporary Band-Aid. I don't think that it's, again, the long-range solution.
Would you be willing to expand nuclear power in the U.S.?
I have trouble with that because we still have not resolved what we're going to do with the waste.
If you could afford a tank of gas in Washington, you'd have to elbow your way past a congressman doing a press conference announcing a 4, 8, or 12-point plan about gas prices.
Quite the week in Washington on gas prices. First of all, you had trouble even getting into a gas station because so many politicians were holding so many press conferences by the gas pumps.
The best case scenario is for them to just keep talking as they are and look concerned and to try to do something, but I don't so far talk to anyone who thinks they really are going to come to agreement.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling chipper tonight. I survived the White House shakeup.
What about policy? I mean, in the end, isn't that what people are concerned about?
I don't think we need to change, but we do need to refresh and re-energize. We have a couple of more posts to fill. We're all serving at the pleasure of the president, and the president has full confidence in every member of his cabinet, including Jon Snow.
To end the televising of the press briefings?
It's worth considering. I think that'll be a Tony Snow's first test to see what kind of power player he really is and whether he's able to establish the right kind of relationship with the press that we need going forward.
So the idea of being in a White House when important decisions are being made and also trying to communicate what a president is going to do to respond to those is important.
Is it true that you used to date Bo Derek?
We are friends from the 2000 campaign, where she was a good supporter of the president. The president commented that between the two of us, we're a perfect 15.
But can you confirm that Colin Powell dissented from that opinion?
I don't remember specifically what Secretary Powell may be referring to, but I'm quite certain that there were lots of discussions about how best to fulfill the mission. I'm quite certain that there are many things that could have been done better. I'm quite certain that there are things that, in retrospect, we would do differently. But that's the nature of any big, complicated operation.
But in hindsight, you now know a lot that you didn't know then.
But Wolf, you don't make decisions in hindsight. You make them at the time.
Do you regret the decisions you made?
Absolutely not. I think that the overthrow of Saddam Hussein was the right thing for a whole variety of reasons.
Yeah, all the usual suspects. Speaking of suspects, where's the great white hunter?
I am sorry Vice President Cheney couldn't be here tonight.
You talk too much. I can't believe the things that you say.
F-22 Raptor. It is stealthy, lightning fast, supremely agile, highly precise, survivable. Providing unsurpassed capability, this fifth-generation fighter aircraft, the first and only kind flying in the world today, once again providing the air power advantage. F-22 Raptor, overwhelmingly effective, defending the skies today and into the future.